All right, folks, today we're diving into something really vital that doesn't always get the spotlight it deserves: the emotional journey of entrepreneurship. I like to call this episode the roller coaster of startup life. Because honestly, it's a wild ride. Just picture this. You're on this massive roller coaster, whooshing up when you land a client. But then, bam! You're plummeting down when you lose a deal or face unexpected setbacks. It's exhilarating and terrifying all at once. Have you ever felt that rush of emotions when you're on that startup ride?
Absolutely. I mean, it sounds just like, wow, a total whirlwind. It must be like super intense, right? So what do you think, what's the biggest emotional challenge that entrepreneurs face? Is it like stress or something?
Great question. Stress is definitely a huge one, but I think self-doubt really takes the cake. When you start, you often feel like you're a fake, or like you don't really belong in this world, right? It's that classic imposter syndrome. I remember being at a conference once where I was speaking among seasoned entrepreneurs, and inside I was thinking, what am I even doing here? Does that resonate?
Oh, totally. I mean, it's kind of like trying to perform at a concert when you just learned how to play the triangle, you know? Super awkward. Haha. How do entrepreneurs actually deal with that self-doubt? Is there like a secret sauce?
Oh, I love that analogy. The triangle player at a rock concert certainly paints a vivid picture. And in terms of dealing with self-doubt, one technique is embracing the discomfort. It's about accepting that, yeah, you're going to feel like an imposter sometimes. It's not about eliminating self-doubt, but rather learning how to leverage it. I mean, even the biggest names face that feeling. Look at people like Oprah or Steve Jobs. They all had moments of insecurity. It's like learning to ride the waves instead of trying to control the ocean.
That's a really interesting perspective. I mean, it's kind of like surfing your fears instead of just drowning in them. So what happens when that self-doubt turns into burnout?
Burnout. That's a slippery slope. It can creep in without you even realizing it. You start to sacrifice sleep, personal relationships, and honestly, just your zest for life. I remember a time when I was so deep into my work that I forgot to celebrate the small victories, like, I didn't even take a moment to acknowledge when we hit a milestone. It's almost like ignoring the little victories is like sprinting a marathon and skipping the water stations. Too risky.
Laughs. Wow, yeah. Losing sight of those little wins is like running a race and forgetting to hydrate. So how can entrepreneurs, is there a strategy to avoid that burnout?
Definitely. One of the key strategies is setting boundaries. You have to carve out pockets of time for yourself. Whether it's a walk in nature, reading a book, or even just taking a tech-free break. Think of it as refueling your car. You wouldn't drive on empty, right? It's about renewing your energy so you can push forward with passion.
Like taking a pit stop, right? So you can race even faster afterward. But what if you've got a co-founder and they're feeling burnt out too? How do you navigate that?
Co-founder dynamics can be tricky for sure. It all comes down to communication. Just like a healthy relationship, you've got to share what you're feeling and create a safe space to be vulnerable. I recall a time when a co-founder and I had an open conversation about how we were both feeling overwhelmed, and we found common ground. It was transformative. I mean, you can't build a strong business on shaky foundations, right?
Right. It's all about teamwork, like the way that a basketball team has to pass the ball to score. So do you have any tips on how to encourage that kind of open dialogue?
Absolutely. You could start having regular check-ins, almost like monthly or weekly team huddles. Make it a habit to discuss well-being alongside project milestones. You can even throw in a fun activity. I once had a work retreat where we all wrote down our stresses on paper and then burned them during a bonfire. It was such a cathartic release.
Laughs. Wow, that sounds super cool. Burning away stress like a spiritual cleanse. I'm totally doing that with friends too. So to sum it all up, we're really talking about, it's okay to feel those emotions and reach out for support?
Exactly. Entrepreneurship is a journey and you're not alone in it. There's strength in vulnerability, and forming connections can make the ride so much smoother. So let's not shy away from the emotional roller coaster. Embrace it and ride high.
Grinning. I love that. Thanks for the insights. I feel, pumped up about embracing this entrepreneurial journey.